All right, Matt, it brings us to a segment called
Cinema War.
And the Cinema War, it works like this. Me and Matt were fighting on the topic. Our guest, our jury this week is Jeff York. He has to listen to this argument and determine who wins. And it's always tough, Matt, because we're butting heads here. But what are we talking about here? We're talking Catwoman. Phil, what are we talking?
You better believe we're talking Catwoman, Rye the Movie Guy. We all know cats have 9 lives and 4 legs, but this week on CinemaWAR, Matt and Ryan each only have 1 leg to stand on. Matt's saying that Michelle Pfeiffer, the best Catwoman ever. While Ryan's in the camp that the newest recruit, Zoe Kravitz, is the best Catwoman ever. Let's get this cat out of the bag as this Cinema War begins.
I have to say, I like all the women who have portrayed Catwoman. But when comparing Zoe Kravitz to Michelle Pfeiffer, you have to give the nod to Kravitz. For starters, she is way more integral to the plot of the movie and given much more to do than Michelle Pfeiffer was.
Ryan, Michelle Pfeiffer is the perfect Catwoman. She took all the campiness of the 60s incarnations and gave it a femme fatale spin, amped up the sexuality and the insanity, and most importantly, the lethality. This cat had claws and was ready for a hunt and kill. Zoe Kravitz is more like Kitten Woman.
The relationship between Catwoman and Batman is always fun to explore, but they never got the right balance of danger and sexiness until Kravitz took on the role in The Batman. She's tough, she's sexy, and holds her own perfectly alongside the Caped Crusader.
I don't know about that. All right, let's talk costumes. Zoe Kravitz's take on the classic Jim Lee jumpsuit, it was nice and all, but that stitched together latex spoke to the S&M dominatrix whip-wielding side of the character, and that whole white stitching thing represented her fractured psyche. She was barely holding it together on the inside and on the outside. In other words, Michelle Pfeiffer's costume actually meant something.
Well, speaking of Michelle Pfeiffer's, I've always have been a fan of Batman Returns, and I like that scene when Michelle Pfeiffer becomes Catwoman, but it also works against her because it's too goofy and corny to be taken seriously. The first time we meet Kravitz's Catwoman, she has full confidence and swagger already. Advantage Zoe.
Kravitz has a bright career ahead of her, no doubt, but Pfeiffer was already on a massive roll. Prior to working with Tim Burton on Batman Returns, she had worked with De Palma, John Landis, Richard Donner, Alan Alda, George Miller, and Jonathan Demme in a row. Toss in Gary Marshall on that list, and it adds up to some of the best directors who have ever lived. Who's Kravitz worked with?
Well, I'll tell you this about Kravitz, because I think the thing that impressed me most about her in The Batman was the action and fight scenes. I knew she could pull off the sleek, sexy appeal of the character, but I truly bought into her being able to take down multiple henchmen at once and going toe-to-toe with Batman on a rooftop. Near the end of the movie, we get a shot of Batman and Catwoman driving motorcycles together, and they looked perfect. The Bat and the Cat not only sounds good, it looks good together as well.
Michelle Pfeiffer's performance was far more iconic. There was none of this, is she? Oh, she kind of has ears from those goggles or that hat. No, she put it right on Front Street. I am Catwoman. Hear me roar. It's time to clean out your litter box, Ryan, because your argument is a turd.
Boo. We are button heads here, as we do each and every week on CinemaWAR. We throw it to our guest, our jury, Jeff York. What did you think of this Cinema War?
I think the two of you could have been writing for the 66 Batman series. I'd love to hear you unleash the egghead puns. It was truly excellent. And extra something for the Cape Crusaders. Anyway, now here's my sunny side up. Anyway, thank you, Vincent Price. I like both of your arguments. I like both Catwomen. I like all of the Catwomen except for Halle Berry's. And she might have been a good one if she had a halfway decent script. But I'm going to go with Michelle Pfeiffer just because I think she reinvented it, which was a big sort of boots to fill, especially after Julie Newmar's rather iconic role as Catwoman. And yeah, we've also had 20 plus years to realize it, as Matt pointed out. It has become an iconic look, an iconic performance. It's a great, I think, underappreciated movie in some respects that is only gathering more steam as the years go on. I love Zoe Kravitz. I think she's a capable actress and very good in the role. It's probably too soon to give her the top position anyway, but in a head-to-head, I go with Michelle.
Wow. Matt, that earns you 20 seconds of jaw time to rant and rave. I won't give anything my rant afterwards, I promise, Matt. So you can have this full 20 seconds.
Oh, gee, thanks, Ryan. Thank you for that. I want to take this opportunity to note how impressed I am with Phil's writing. He came up with that intro on the spot, gave at least 2 or 3 puns in there. Well done, Phil. I
agree.
And I just also, after that compliment, want to say, you need to read Batman, dude. You need to get a little bit more Batman in your life. It made me so sad when you said you like Sandra Bullock more than Batman.
I feel like I'm being shamed for liking the person of the month. You're correct, though. I am incredible. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. What a way to celebrate Sandy. We're crapping on Phil because he actually likes Sandra Bullock.
I feel like I am Sandra Bullock's proxy. Since we have to be nice to her, we're just punching on me for liking her.
I love Sandra Bullock. She's fantastic. But would I ever say I like her more than Batman? No.
It seems when it comes to Batman, Phil has, dare I say, a blind side.
I mean,
oh boy,
well done, Phil.